Welcome everybody to Fist Truck TV. What? Meow. Meow. Immediately take a hit. Immediately take a hit. Gee, buzz.
All right, so once again in the style of Fist Truck TV, we are continuing off a previous episode story, which is about a RTT tabletop RPG horror story that we went through in Cyberpunk 2020.
Not spooky horror.
It's not spooky. Just was not fun.
This is some bullshit type.
Yeah, it was just some real bullshit. I guess just to kind of establish, I'm gonna try and do a very, very brief summary, and also just establish a background. So first, we've been playing tabletop role-playing games for the past, in my case, 4 years, and for you longer. And I've been running tabletop games for the past 4 years, and for you, a bit less.
Yep.
So the point being made is, this is not our first rodeo playing games like this,
right.
and I am not oblivious to the or we're not oblivious to the challenges of running a game.
Right.
So brief summary of what happened last time. I would try to be as brief as possible, just to establish, where we're picking up from. So, there were a game of normally 5 players. There were 3 instead. We had a job to steal some stuff from the airport, or from essentially stuff that was about to go on a plane. We're gonna steal that stuff and then bring it and sell it or whatever. So we had come up with plans A through D. Plan A was super solid, but essentially after 7 successful rolls, one after another, some of them seeming pretty inconsequential, one practically impossible roll pretty much just rendered the past 30 to 40 minutes of gameplay pointless.
Yep.
Plan B, we hired a guy to hack into this company's systems to put us on their registry, or their schedule, or whatever it may be. We paid the guy, specifically paid extra for the guy. Holy shit!
How the fuck?
Yo, that was a firing squad, bro. What the fuck?
Yeah, no chance. No chance. I'm getting through that with the amount of health I have.
Good luck. So, we specifically paid extra for the guy that was good, and then when it came time to do the hacking bit, which was all shit that the GM handled, the GM made it essentially a roll. The math is more complicated than this, but the most layman's terms, or layman's kind of whatever. The easiest way I can put it is that was a 1 in 1,000 chance of success.
Yeah.
It was fucked up. It was totally we just paid money for this guy that could not have succeeded in the first place, pretty much.
Yeah.
And this was 100% the thing that you chose to do, as opposed to a direct consequence of our actions.
Whew.
So, and so then we went back to our third plan, which was two out of the 2 of us are going to disguise police officers, stop the van that is going to pick up the thing that we're trying to steal, and then the third person out of the group gets in a decoy van that looks exactly the same and picks up the stuff in that other van's place. So these guys did the disguise thing, posed as police officers, pulled over the van, you're putting yourself in the previous level. Oh, no, you're not. No, you're not. I'm an idiot. Yeah, there you go. They succeeded on pretty much all the rolls, or not pretty much all. They succeeded on 3 or 4 rolls. 3 rolls, right?
Right.
3 rolls to stop these guys.
Astronomically well.
Astronomically well. And the amount of time it bought us was 3 minutes. Now, for those who have never been pulled over, it takes way more. It takes 3 minutes just for a motherfucker to get out of his car and say, "Hey, do you know how fast you were going?"
Exactly.
That's so. So that was also kind of a load of shit, especially considering during the specific interaction, they pulled over the guys, they talked with them, then he faked having a call, which, hey, I'm calling my guy, I'm gonna, do the thing. Then took the papers from the guy, looked at the papers, then they ran away, and someone got out of the van to go run after them and then find them, failed, then obviously had to go back to the van, and apparently this was all done in 3 minutes, where they had a full conversation in less than more than 3 minutes. That is where we are currently at. That summary took all of 5.5 minutes. So,
right.
All right, so I think from this point, everything that happens is pretty much regarding my guy. So, and also just as an aside, I was a pretty passive viewer of this session just because it was totally has nothing to do with anything else but me. But once the bullshit started arising, then I was like,
bullshit blazing.
Yeah, the heart is blazing.
Bro, how the fuck do I get to this point with fucking health, man? This is bullshit, man.
So, is this the last level, son?
I don't fucking know, man.
Because that would make sense to how ridiculous this is. Oh, here we go. Here we go. Oh, okay, you destroyed 1. 2, 3. Come on, you can't shoot that one. You can't. You're getting closer. Getting closer.
Oh no.
No way. Okay, you're. Oh, cool.
Did I win?
That's what it looks like. So, yeah, lasers destroying things now.
Holy crap. Whew.
Yeah, that was a fucking that was a blender.
Oh my gosh.
Everyone's dead. So at this point, it was my guy had to drive this decoy van to the airport, and then finagle his way to pick up the shit that we're trying to steal.
Right. My
guy has no points in driving. He does not know how to drive, but I just pretty much succeeded like every single roll to drive.
And it's like the roll to drive is weird. I don't know. And it was like you had to roll like a 15.
I think so. I think we put it at 10.
10?
We put it at 10. Yeah.
Okay. Well, you got a 20 on it.
Because all I had to do, yeah. Because all I had to do was just drive there calmly. That was all.
Right.
So I get to the gate. I get to like the little, I forgot what's called, the little like security booth that's at the entrance where they have the gates closed. And so I'm talking with the guy, and the guy's like, okay, you got your papers, but I don't have the papers, but they do. So I call them, we were already on a call. They tell me the numbers. Oh shit, it's Bon Bolo. My name is, oh yeah, I made the joke before. It's Hank 2. So they tell me essentially the identification numbers, and I convince the guy, hey, sorry, I don't have the papers, but I could give you the numbers.
Right.
I think that was the last level. What the fuck?
How the fuck did that happen? I'm pretty sure I was paying attention.
I was not. You did it! You did it! So, okay. So, alright. So anyway, while the credits go, we'll see if I can do this. So, they give me the identification numbers, I get in. I go to where the plane is, there are security guys there, and they're like, hey, who the fuck are you? And I tell them something, they don't buy it. And so then afterwards, I'm like, I'm gonna try and get the jump on this guy. He got his gun pointed at me, telling me get out the van. I'm gonna try and get out the van. As the door opens, I'll pull my gun and blast him. Him and I both critically failed that roll. He critically failed the roll to kind of tell I was doing that, and I critically failed the roll to do it. So instead of us just falling both on our asses, essentially what just happened was that time rewound itself,
and it just didn't happen.
And it didn't happen. And so what ended up happening was that the guy goes to take shots at me, misses, or his gun jams.
He has a full auto SMG.
He has a full auto SMG, fires in a full auto at point blank range. His gun jams, throws a gun down, switches to his handgun, and misses. I shoot him in the fucking head, and it makes him unconscious. And then,
yeah.
or no, did I shoot him in the head that time?
You shot him somewhere, and it's
I shot him. It made him unconscious. I'm like, okay, I'm gonna go take a knee. I'm gonna put my gun up against his fucking forehead, and I'm gonna shoot him. And I had to roll.
You had to roll.
I had to roll. Okay, to be fair, the gun can still jam, which is completely. That's completely devoid.
Look, if you just roll, and if it was a natural one, then fine. But you had to roll a fucking 10, bro.
I had to roll a 10.
The same rules as if you were 10 feet away from him when you were right up to him.
Yeah, that's the thing. That was the thing. It's like I understand having a roll because the gun could jam, and that happens regardless of whether or not the gun's up against his head or not.
Right.
But the fact is that there was still a chance to miss with the gun touching his head. So I succeeded on that roll, thankfully, and killed the man. And so then then another guy comes down. This guy's like the fucking juggernaut dudes from Call of Duty.
Yeah.
Right? And he comes out, and he's got the box of the goods that we're trying to get. He goes and opens fire, or is like, okay, what do? I go in the van, and I go to fucking, I turned the van off when I was getting out the van the first time around. I go to turn the van on, and I failed the roll to turn the van on. So the guy opens fire on the van, and because the way the GM was ruling it, essentially, the van took most of the damage, and I got hit twice, but in one spot where I took damage, the van took all the damage from me, so I was fine. And then the other spot where I got hit, the van soaked most of the damage.
Yeah.
That what the fuck is that? What was that, like the lava lamp version of Palpatine?
I guess.
The van soaked most of the damage, and then where the location where I got hit, which was my torso, I had armor, soaked the rest of the damage.
Yeah.
So I didn't get hurt. Next turn, I succeed on the roll to turn the car on.
Congratulations.
And then I pretty much whip like a fucking, like defensive
Tokyo
driving
drift.
ass. Yeah. And pin the guy up against the plane. I pin him up against the plane.
Yeah.
He's still alive. Still has his SMG. Pulls out the SMG. And goes to No, he didn't. No, he still didn't. No. When I hit him and knocked the SMG out of his hands, I pin him against the plane. And he whips out his pistol to fire at me. Once again, just a couple feet away from me.
Right.
Rolls a 1, his gun jams. Then it's pretty much like it's jam. And so I grab the goods, and I leave. That's pretty much where that was, I think, a pretty concise retelling of that story. The thing is,
yep,
that last part sounds really cool. That last part sounds cool. It's just like I went in there. My guy stands no chance of winning. He's a weak, young dude, but somehow I killed the guy, and then outsmarted this other whatever, because the way the dice rolled, that part is sick. You just want to relive it?
No, I want to actually try hard mode on this one.
Oh, okay. Just it moves you automatically even harder.
I think that's what's going to happen. Continue.
I feel like it's not. I'm guessing that you just can take less hits. That's about it.
Well,
okay. Well,
I guess we'll try the first episode.
So, the thing is that it sounds really, really cool, right?
Yeah.
But the problem is that, and that's like, I think that's the capability of that system to tell a story through the dice rolls. That's so fucking insane.
You should have fucking
cool.
died. Like,
I should have died. Cyberpunk is a very lethal game. I knew when it was like, okay, you're going alone in the van. In my head, I'm like, what am I gonna do when I get there? Like, there's no way. Like, this feels like Like, I feel like I'm gonna die, but whatever, I'm along for the ride. Let's go. Let's see what happens.
Yeah.
And that's pretty much how it was playing out. I was going to die. I should have died multiple times.
But with the backdrop of the rest of the session,
yeah,
all of this shit, it's just
and the guy,
it didn't seem like a fair scenario. Every time we tried to do something, there was at least 3 too many rolls. like
essentially. Oh, then there was. Don't forget. So that roll. So when I needed the identification numbers.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, when I needed the identification numbers, the other player was like, "Oh, hey, can I help him?" The other player wasn't completely aware of the way that helping worked, and the skill that needed to be rolled to find the numbers.
Fuck you.
He didn't have any. Fuck you.
No. Now I know.
I know. Yeah. The skill that was required to help him find the identification numbers, this guy had no points in, which means that he couldn't help him in the roll.
Yeah. So he decided not to help me.
So he decided not to help me, and the GM instead chose to rule it as not only was he not helping you, he was actually making it harder because he's breathing over your neck or over your shoulder.
And that's when I put my foot down. I was like, no, dude, that's not right. Come on. Please. Like, we were talking about making a decision, decided not to make the decision, and you're penalizing us for as if we were doing the decision.
Like, it's 100% not a thing that he would have done had this guy not asked for help.
Right.
It's 100% not a thing. That's meta as fuck. That's so fucking, that is metagaming. That is metagaming.
And like,
also,
I'm trying to be really respectful during the whole session because, like, hey, he's doing. I understand what it's like to be in the seat.
On the side,
and
we're messaging each other. On the side.
And we're like, yo, because I don't want to yell at a dude that's for over a game, right? That's stupid.
Yeah, like we're adults.
Yeah,
but this is ridiculous.
Yeah, this is actually ridiculous.
Also, as an aside, did you get that done in one try?
That was way easier on hard than it was on normal.
Yo, no, bro, you're nice now.
You're
good at Star Wars Rebel Assault too. Fucking improvise, adapt, overcome, man. That's it.
Yo, did you see that?
So, anyway, so, the thing is that, like, we failed, even though we succeeded at every roll, or practically every roll, at the things that we were good at.
Yeah.
It still resulted in failure, yet my guy succeeded in all the rolls at things that he's bad at. And that was success, which is like... It's also because, like, the guys that I was fighting, they were, like, super trained in being able to shoot, but he was just rolling ones. And so they were, even though my guy was bad at this stuff, I happened to be barely succeeding while they were failing miserably.
Yeah, exactly.
And that's cool, but the problem is just that in the context of the whole session, I shit you not. I told Sarth this a bunch of times. I wanted to die. Fist wants to live, but but I wanted my character to die so it could just be done because it felt like a hopeless situation.
Yeah,
like death wasn't a matter of if but when. In that particular instance, I'm like, bro, especially everything leading up to that point, where it was like we kept trying the things that we were good at, and we were doing them in a way where we actually cared, or well, you guys more than me, but still, actually cared to take into consideration most, or if not everything, the GM was saying. Instead of just, it's not like, we were trying some shit, it's just like, oh, yeah, I want to kick 90 feet off of a tree. It's not like we were doing that, right? Like, it was very much within, nothing wacky, just everything within what, the game's, my desk, the fiction of the game, all that kind of stuff, succeeding at these roles and still getting penalized in the end.
Right.
And then for my guy, so at this point, it's like, okay, if we were failing at the roles where we're good at them, or if we were still succeeding at all the roles we're good at, but it still resulted in failure, I'm about to have to make a bunch of roles at things I'm shit at.
Oh.
Or don't ever kiss the girl.
Yeah. Oh no.
So like, this is a hopeless situation. I don't feel like playing this out. I'd rather just die. Is essentially what how I was feeling. Because this
like, if
this
it's not
just,
now, it's going to be later if he keeps on playing like this.
And that's the thing. Except the dice just had a different idea that day. They had a different idea, and they really wanted my guy to live when I really wanted to die.
Yeah.
And I think, as an aside, if one of your players just wants to die, you lost. Like, you failed.
Yeah. Pretty much.
Because like I run D&D 5e or just 5, whatever, at this point just 5e. But like, since most of my running experience is 5e, like I ran other games, but 5e is the one I ran the most, and no one dies in that game.
I died.
Okay, pretty much over the course of 4 years of playing the game, death is a very rare occurrence.
But it is a real thing. All right?
It is a thing that can happen, but also it's like I'm turning the dials up almost as high as they could go without just being broken.
All right, here's hard mode. Okay. Okay. This is actually the bane of my existence. This level more than any of them. I don't know if it's just because it's the first one I experienced.
That speeder bike one was worse than this.
I feel like, I don't know.
That speeder bike one, listen, man, you could rewatch these videos and you feel like hearing your voice for fucking 20 minutes. But like, that speeder bike one was worse than this shit.
Oh my, look at that. Look at that.
Oh, yeah.
It's not. It's not. It can't be. It's not. It's not. It can't. Calm down. What is going on here? So. Anyway, I get So in 5e, death is a very, very rare occurrence unless you're really like turning these dials up. Like dials in terms of difficulty, deadliness, that kind of shit. Which, is like it's a bit extreme. So there's no way the speeder bike was worse than this. There's no way.
If to me watching it felt like it, but maybe I have to go back and listen.
Because I'm like actually sliding up against the wall, and there's nothing I can do about it. Look at that!
Oh God! Oh,
look at that!
God!
Look at that! There's
anyway. So the point I'm trying to make here is that I look forward to death. I look forward to death in maybe a way that's like not the norm, just because it's a thing that or not death specifically, but just like crazy shit happening to my character.
Yeah,
if something crazy happens to my character
because it's a story point. It's cool.
Yeah, it's a story point. It's cool. It's gonna be something that's like worth telling. Like, even right now, once again, outside of the context of the session, my guy like pretty much looked death in the face and still came out on top just because of the dice rolls.
Yeah.
Not because like the game's mechanics are so heavy-handed in the player's favor. So it's like, that's cool, but the problem is in the context of the session, I didn't want to die. Like, it's not like I'm ready to die, let's do this. It's just like, bro, just fucking kill me already, man. Can we stop?
Yeah.
Like, that's how it felt. That's not how I was acting in the session. I was playing along with it. I was doing my thing. It's not like I was bitching.
Yeah, you were doing your best to stay alive, but in your mind it was like, I'd rather die than play.
I'd rather we just wrap this shit up.
Like, give me an out.
Had a different story. Yeah, but the dice had a different story to tell, and it was a cool story, so I respect that. Just the point being, that was like the worst, and I've been in some pretty fucking gnarly sessions in the past, but like, and I think you've probably been in
I've been in worse
sessions.
It's just the first 2 sessions, all right,
What?
We played 2 other sessions with this dude. It's fine.
Three,
and it was all right. It was
solid.
Yeah. So I don't know what the fuck happened there.
Yeah. It's just like that was.
Yeah, that was like.
I mean, we don't every day. Not every session that we run is a banger. Like, I know that for sure.
Yeah,
but
this I've never had an egregious session like this.
Yeah, I've never sinned that hard. That was or at least to my knowledge, I've never sinned that hard.
No, not that hard and not that often.
Yeah, that was brutal. That was fucking
What's
brutal.
Happening here?
They're probably talking shit to you. as they tell us to wrap this episode up. so that's it for Rebel Assault, everyone. Last 2 episodes were about something else, but hope you enjoyed.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye, everyone. Until next time.